When Marvel makes a kung fu movie? Find out next when we talk about Shang Chi and the Ten Rings. And as always, spoilers ahead. Welcome to TV Party Time. I'm your host, Michael. I'm joined by Abby and David.
And Schmittens.
And today we're talking about Shang Chi, the newest Marvel fucking movie.
Oh man, it's so funny. Now I just hear all of your criticisms burned into my brain, so I'm just like, is this action good enough for Michael? I don't know. I'll have to see when we podcast review it.
I kind of loved it.
Really?
Yeah, I was so surprised. Like, I hated the first opening scene because, spoiler about me, I do not like Chinese movies. I don't like the filmmaking that they do. I don't like the way they edit. I don't like the way their dialogue. I don't like the way they promote them. And I don't like wushu movies. I hate wushu movies, which is like the Crouch the Tiger flying shit. And it started off this way, and I was like, oh, God. I groaned like 10 times throughout the movie. And I even said, oh, God, at one point. And the guy next looked at me all weird. And, but as soon as they hit the present day, that's when it kicked off, and I was totally in.
Well, I don't remember how the movie starts. Can we give me a little refresher? I literally saw it last night.
Full in China, like armies attacking, like one guy.
Narration.
Yeah. Lord of the Rings. Like,
yeah. No, I remember.
Ago,
yeah.
When the elven rings were made.
One ring to rule
10 rings.
10 rings to rule them all. Yeah. The opening sequence is super kung fu movie. Yeah. And then I think they probably did like that on purpose because when it went to more modern, it went to more modern kung fu movies.
Yeah, it was. I loved fighting of the modern. It was that bus scene is like
the bus scene is so cool.
Top Marvel fight ever.
Yeah,
it's a really good scene.
And it was you did get like the mystical aspect of it. They made it like homage to kung fu, but it wasn't super over the top. Them flying from tree to tree and all that. But it was like it still had some sense of mysticalism, like using the wind and that sort of stuff. And so that was pretty cool. Like they didn't go over the top with it to make it too
cheesy.
Too cheesy, but while keeping it like centered on realism.
Well, maybe in that wasn't too cheesy, but their love dance thing they were doing, oh my God, I was losing it in the theater.
Oh yeah, that was
when they did their little like look at each other. I was laughing so hard.
That's what I mean. That's what I don't like a Chinese movie.
But that was also it's super homagey to 80s and 70s kung fu movies. But yeah,
that romance dance thing was hilarious to me.
So I overall liked the movie, but I didn't like those flashback scenes.
Yeah, the flashbacks were really bad.
Yeah.
Like it was like to show exposition and like give him like a reason why the dad was like this or why it changed. But it's like, I don't know. It's some of them. I think it was just too much of them. Like I didn't need to know about their love story.
The mom and dad?
Yeah, like cool. They fell in love. That's all I needed to know. I didn't need to know like he kept on coming back or any of this.
I feel like
they used that in dialogue. They said, I wasn't allowed back in, or they just meant like, and then they showed it also. It's like, no, just pick one or the other.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. The only thing I'm thinking of that was I guess I didn't have to show it, but like whenever the mom dies, that whole bit where it's like he still had bad blood even though he had given up the lifestyle.
I didn't think that part was needed either, because we know as an audience, like the mom died and that's what was keeping him.
But we don't know
grounded.
Why he died. That was
she died?
Or why she died. But the reason why we needed to know why she died is because that's what created the change in Sean's character.
Rather how she died?
The why she died is important because that's what fueled his, like, I'm going to use what my dad taught me to turn it back on him because it's his fault she's dead.
I don't...
That's literally why he did it.
I don't think he did it because... I think the reason he hated his dad was because he made him a killer, not because he got the mom killed.
The scene whenever it's him sitting with his was it his sister or was it Katie's character? He was sitting with someone and he was talking about how like he was sitting with Katie because he's like, I didn't tell you the truth.
Oh yeah.
Well, like I actually did kill that guy.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm not who you think. And he's like, I'm gonna use what my dad taught me.
Yeah.
and I'm gonna kill him because.
Exactly.
But he says because it's his fault that the mom was dead.
But I don't think that's why he hates the dad.
But that's why he wanted to kill his dad.
I don't think he hates
Right.
his dad. I don't
think he hates it.
at
I think
all.
it's the lifestyle.
Yeah.
He didn't agree with how he was raised. Like he has a problem with his dad. Obviously, Marvel has a super specific template. You have
Sure.
2 main characters that riff off each other and a dad issue.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
Every single one.
As a kid, he did it because he was a malleable, pliable child.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he went along with his father and did everything. I don't think he did it out of spite to get him later in life.
Specifically said, he's the reason why mom's dead, so I'm gonna kill my dad. That he literally almost word for word said that.
We're agreeing, but that's not why he dislikes his dad.
No, but that's why he kills his dad, I said. So I'm saying that's why it was important for...
Well, he doesn't kill his dad.
No.
Well,
why there's animosity?
Why he's fighting his dad.
But he's fighting his dad because his dad's trying to release the demon of hell.
Release the demons?
that's the practical reason why he's fighting his dad, because he has to stop the immediate danger. But the reason why he, in his soul, is fighting his dad is because he's trying to the blood debt that they're talking about. He's talking about how his dad has a blood debt, his mom's blood. And so a blood debt has to be paid with blood, so he's going to kill his dad. He literally said all of this.
I didn't get that.
I can see it, but I think it's more than just because of the mom. Like it's his whole lifestyle.
Sure.
Because after he went back to being a gang member, he went back. He trained his son he trained his son how to be a killer, and so I think it's more than just the mom died. That's the inciting incident of that, but it's more to it than just because my mom was killed is why I'm mad at you.
That's a pretty big reason. That was like his entire. That's the mom's death is literally the only reason why the kids are doing anything.
Well, he also says even shortly after that, it to him is we needed you and you weren't there.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
That's
he's got years of pent up anger.
Yeah, it's not just the mom.
But the reason why he sets out to kill his dad, he's literally sitting on the cliff and he says, he like talks about how the mom died because of his dad. He's angry at that. Now his dad has a blood debt. And so a blood debt has to be paid with blood. And he's like, it's his fault she died.
No, I think he was just telling about why he killed that guy, because the blood debt has to be paid with blood. Because in the restaurant, when he first goes after the gang members, his father says, a blood debt has to be paid with blood. So you have to kill the guy who killed your mother for the blood debt.
Yeah, and then he said that to say, I'm going to kill my dad.
And he brought that up when he's talking to Katie because he's revealing that he killed the guy.
Yeah, he is.
Well, then he said that, and then he said, I'm going to kill my dad.
Yeah.
So I think it is related to killing his dad,
Yeah.
But I feel like the blood debt was already paid, and he's ashamed because of it.
No, so now that's what Abby's saying. The blood debt he has is to get back for his mom.
Yeah,
But
He already did, though, by killing
so
the guy who killed his mom.
Technically,
He
did.
didn't. The dad did, but Sean didn't. Sean is still trying to get a debt.
Right.
Yeah, this all whatever. Let's move on.
Yeah.
I could, because I really do think this. I could argue this until I'm blue in the face.
Yeah.
I'd have to see it again. But let's talk about the 10 rings and why they're not powerful. Number one, because they don't have machine guns, and instead they have crossbows, and instead of swords they have cattle prods.
But there's
the
swords
10
made-
rings.
The 10 rings, the
gang-
organization's like, we
yeah.
need to
They're
bring them
made-
back into power. It's like, yeah, if you give them fucking machine guns and real swords and not cattle prods and crossbows.
I
Let me
was
use
so
electric
mad.
crossbows.
I was so mad at that fight whenever it's like the oh god, what's the name of the village?
Talo.
Their army versus the dad's army. It was so infuriating to me because it's like these people are literally training with mythical creatures standing right behind them that are the size of a building. The lions themselves could have taken out the army.
The knockoff Pokemon. Because there was a Ninetales. Everyone saw
I
that.
know,
Right?
Yeah.
everyone
There was a
saw it, and I
Ninetales.
was just like, what's that meme where he's just like,
Yeah.
that was me.
Little callback.
But like I don't understand how like the they were struggling so much, but I'm like the lion themselves could take out the entire army.
Yeah, and who was the Zangief looking honky?
Who?
The big Zangief looking honky?
Yeah.
Razor Fist.
Razor Fist.
Was he?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
he looks like the guy from Parks and Rec, but I know it's definitely not him. Not Parks and Rec. The Office. Pam's original boyfriend.
Oh!
That's what I thought it was, but he got jacked. I was like, is that him?
No,
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know his name, but
Razor. That was a really funny scene when
Razor
they stole his
Fist.
car and it had Razor Fist and shit all over it.
Yeah.
That was really funny.
Back to the mystical fighting. You got to think this is a day and age where Thanos exists, and they know Thanos exists, so they're going to be training for situations like that.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think the 10 Rings gang, like, okay, we're just fighting mythical creatures. Like, this is a normal thing in this universe now.
What I'm saying is, I feel like was it Talo?
Yeah.
I think their army way outpowers the dad's
Oh,
army.
1,000,000%.
And so that's why I was frustrated that they were struggling so much to defend their home. They have mythical creatures. They've got magical weapons.
Dragon.
Well, not even that.
skills.
They can control the fucking wind.
They can control the elements.
Shoot
or
a
only
fucking
certain
hurricane
people,
at 'em.
apparently. Like,
yeah, it's like they should have 100% been like, ha, just kidding, you're dead. But instead, it was like this really long fight, and then they were losing technically, and the dad's army was winning, and I'm just like, this
With
is the
crossbows
dumbest.
and cattle prods.
yeah, like I
And they
think.
had arrows and shit.
Yeah, the 10 Rings, like, they're okay going up against that because they're trained for it. They're used to it. But yeah, they should have. The Taloians should have been able to do easy work with them because
They're
they can
better.
do easy work to the dad.
Yeah, they're better.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. That's
Like,
what
they're just, in general,
that was my
better
gripe.
fighters in general.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden they have weapons now and they just don't know how to fight.
Yeah, I know. That was my huge gripe. I
Yeah,
was
it
just
was.
like, I
Yeah.
With the
smell a
scene just
plot
before
hole.
that, the ant is teaching Sean how to control the fucking wind.
Yeah.
I know. I smelled a plot hole.
So
and I
unless
let
it's
it
only
go.
certain people can do that, or like the guardians of the realm or some shit like that.
Again, the lions themselves could have taken out the dad's army. There should not have been a fight.
Did you guys like the cast?
Aquafina, I've seen her in 2 other things, and I didn't like her in them. But I liked her a lot in this.
Yeah, I had no idea who she was. I was like, this is a really weird character. Like, her didn't fit, but it worked because the character shouldn't fit. And acting was so weird. I don't know. It was just like, there's something about it that was
There's
weird to
times
me.
where I thought that it was too much.
Yeah.
That's normally how I feel about the stuff that she's in. Because she's actually a
This
comedian.
is the first thing I've seen.
I don't know
Okay,
who
she's
she
actually.
is.
I think
Yeah,
she
she's a
started as a
comedian.
stand-up comedian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know if she has a big hand in like her, like the writing for her, but normally I feel like in shows or movies that she's in, there's too much of her because she is a very strong personality, and it's funny in the right moments. But like if they don't sprinkle it in at the right times, it just gets a little annoying to me. But I feel like they actually sprinkled her in.
Yeah, I agree.
Overall, it was
She was
good.
great.
I just thought
the
there's
2 main actors, her and Shang, those 2 were great. It was like chemistry was awesome. They were like bros, and I love that they were bros and not like lovers.
they tried to do that, but
At
it's like
the end, yeah.
well at the beginning too, like when they
When
get
they were,
married,
like,
like we're just
karaoke.
friends. Like
yeah.
no, when they said get married, when the grandma said
Oh,
that,
yeah.
It's
But they were still bros. I would call them bros. I wouldn't really call
but
them
I don't
lovers.
think I don't think they should put in that story at all.
Yeah, I don't either.
Like it was a line, one shot, and then maybe a second shot at the end when she leans on him.
Yeah,
But it's like
no,
it's not needed. I wouldn't have
it's-
saw it as a love thing. I would have thought like they're best friends.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like the best friends more than lovers. But yeah, the chemistry was really good. He was really funny. Like I thought he was rad. Like he had like the perfect amount of like personality and not having personality to fit this character, and just like let everyone else shine when he didn't need to, but he shined when he was on the screen. And
So I think that was
Yeah,
my
it's
problem with Aquafina, is that some parts she was taking too much of the scene, and it wasn't like bad acting or anything. It was just like, okay, like go back to the story.
Yeah,
That's interesting. There were a couple of moments at the beginning I felt that way, but towards the end I feel like they used her for the comic relief.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
with the Bohong or whatever his name is, the old guy. Their
Don't
little,
Oh, you're
die.
like, don't die.
Yeah, don't die. And then he dies. But it's funny.
Yeah, But what you were saying about Sean's character or Sean's actor, just the character in general, it was like, yeah, he grew up in this strict household, or even then he grew up with his mother and then into this training, and so he's going to have that kind of different kind of personality. He didn't develop his real personality until he moved to America, and then he even changed his personality. But like the dynamic between him and Awkwafina's character Katie was really good. It was great
I thought so
chemistry.
too.
They were just bantering the entire
It
time,
was fun.
but going like riffing on each other.
The karaoke stuff was amazing.
Yeah,
Like,
but like when he goes into
sugar.
when he goes in the arena, like, where's your shirt? Like,
But she was giving him the look like,
Yeah, she was. Oh,
yeah,
he's ripped.
yeah.
I've never seen you without a shirt.
But it's also like that. After 10 years, you guys
Yeah.
hadn't gone on the beach in California together. Like,
yeah.
that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's like, look, he's hot. Like, we know.
Um.
But like, it was a good like difference in that where he's like, I don't fucking know what's going on. Like I've been part of this, but I still don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Then we got, was that Abomination fighting?
I think so, yeah.
That was a really funny scene because it was just like random. Like you go into like this fight ring and there's like this fucking huge monster fighting a wizard, and you're just like,
hurt.
what the
A
shit
sorcerer.
is going on? Yeah, a sorcerer. Yeah.
I thought, I have mixed feelings about that scene because I liked it because now we know where Wong goes whenever he just leaves in the Doctor Strange movies.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I didn't like that because I think it took away from the post-credit scene.
I don't think it did.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so.
I think it would have been. I think the post-credit scene would have had more of an impact.
Okay,
if he just appears out of nowhere, like, okay, why is a portal coming up?
That's
it's
true,
Wong.
but I felt like we got a little love for Wong in this because, he's Asian, get him in the Asian movie, and then he comes back. So you're like, oh, Wong's back. So it gives you that feeling of that.
That's I just think the post-credit scene could have had more of an impact.
It could have.
I'd agree with you. I do agree with you.
But I liked what they did.
Yeah, I liked it. It's that's why I said I have mixed feelings. Like it's like I like it. It's funny. We know just from that, maybe minute of screen time that is, we learned so much about him.
Yeah.
That he's this amazing fighter, and that he's fighting Abomination.
And he's always funny. And he just doesn't really get the screen time because he's overshadowed by Cumberbatch. Because Cumberbatch is Cumberbatch, and he's just like a huge persona, and you don't really get to see the personality of Wong. But now we finally got to see that he's funny and that he's a badass.
Yeah, he's like,
so.
Come on, like I told you to stiffen up. It's like we're training. Like that's why it's like it's mixed feelings. I liked it, but I think that the post credit could have had more of an impact if we see like out of fucking nowhere, literally, a portal shows up like, oh, it's gonna be Doctor Strange, and then Wong comes out like, hey, and Shang Chi here
present.
that was a great.
That's
scene.
exactly what I was thinking too. Like, what do you respond to that? Like, here.
My favorite character was the live stream dude in the bus.
Oh.
It's your boy.
I took a little martial arts as a kid, so I'm gonna grade this fight.
I don't drive buses.
No, I get yelled at when I got in trouble. I can't drive the bus.
Yeah,
he
you
was
got
so
this.
Funny.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, but also I was like, whenever he's like, just make a hard right when I give you my signal. And of course everyone's like, what's the signal gonna be? And it's just the ding, stop requested. That was so clever.
The bus scene was amazing. That's like
it was really well
top
done.
Top 5
too.
scenes in all Marvel for me.
Really good, yeah.
Yeah, great. Yeah, so
another time I was dying laughing when no one else was in the theater.
Was it when he was riding the dragon for the first time?
I
busted out laughing.
I was thinking fucking the Never-Ending Story.
Yes.
Like when he cries over.
I was laughing so hard when he was on that dragon, and no one else was.
And I was laughing because I was laughing the whole time because like he's wearing like a more traditional based outfit, but then his shoes are like so not the vibe.
Yeah.
They're like the modern shoes, and so whenever like the whole time like his mom's doing that little sweeping move with her foot, and then they zoom in a tight on his shoe.
It's like Converse.
So ridiculous. I lost it. I was laughing so hard.
The busboy part made me laugh too, when he's like, "Man, busboy!"
Yeah.
No one else laughed at me, but
wait, busboy.
When he introduced him at the arena, and he's like, from the internet,
yeah.
Busboy.
I think our theater all laughed. It was like when they were talking Chinese, and Alfie's like, "Oh, my Chinese isn't that good." Oh, I speak ABC too.
Yeah, everyone laughed
We
at that
fucking
too.
we lost it. It's like that is such a good insult for English.
Yeah.
My theater was those people who laugh at all the cues laughing, so I hate those people. That's why I normally go in the back when there's no one there, but it was a packed theater and I had to sit next to someone.
There was nobody at my theater. There was some guy sleeping so hard.
Let him sleep.
And I wanted to, I was like, I feel it. I really do. But no, it was like the most like intense moment when he's like something's happening with his mom, and you just hear.
What theater did you go to?
So the Cinemark.
Oh. Why?
That's just the one.
Oh.
That's the one. Well, because at the time also that was the only one that had an 11 o'clock showing that I saw.
Oh, David went to an 11 o'clock showing.
I fucking hated it.
I went to a 7 o'clock showing.
Yeah.
It was so weird though. So we got our tickets and we're in the back row, and it's like all but like the corner of the back row is taken. And when we get there, it's only us 5 in that corner, and the rest of the row is completely empty. And I was like,
the fuck?
Why?
Did you move?
No, because we ordered food and we don't want to mess it up.
Oh, yeah.
After the food comes.
It was a constant order thing.
Oh, I
did get the last seat at my viewing, though. The other Wednesday, I think I bought it.
I bought it an hour before, but it's 11 o'clock showing.
Yeah.
So nobody goes there except for young kids.
Yeah.
And so like
Youths.
That's true. There were a bunch of really young
weird.
kids at mine too. I'm like, don't you guys have parents?
we had
They
one,
were just by themselves. There was no adults.
We had one guy in the theater, and I don't like these kind of people. He was trying to make it like that Marvel movie theater where it's like when something cool happens, he would scream extra loud so everybody would hear.
Yeah.
Or like when you'd see somebody's like, yeah, and like, we get it.
Oh.
This isn't the fucking Avengers assembling for the first time or like anything like that. Like, it's.
I was at a
Calm
theater
down.
with
Calm down.
one of those guys at John Wick 3, and he laughed at everything, and it was like this. Literally that laugh, and my blood was boiling. I was doing this the whole time. I was like, I'm gonna fucking scream if this guy laughs again. I almost called the manager on him because he was just like.
See, I don't mind if it's like natural, but like when
It
you're
wasn't
trying
it.
when
It
you're
was
trying to
really
trying to
get the
get the
theater to do it
attention.
with
Yeah.
you, it's like no, this isn't this is a Marvel movie. We get it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's an introductory movie.
It was
Calm
not
down.
very marvelly, except the end. The big boss battle was. I could have done without. I would rather have just fought his dad.
I agree. It wasn't super marvelly too, and I appreciated it. I was like, oh, like, okay, they're doing something different. It's a different culture. They're going to try to infuse something. I thought it was a nice blend of Marvel's attempt at doing something, more traditional,
Well,
maybe, or like a modern spin on that.
I liked how, basically, it's a Marvel movie, duh, but there's like one line about a Marvel character,
Mm-hmm.
and so you can get so many like. If you didn't see any other Marvel movie,
Mm-hmm.
like there's very few references you wouldn't get.
Mhm.
Like when it says we live in a world where you could snap and half the population's gone.
Mhm.
Like you might not get that reference, and then the Wong reference. Like those are the only two
Yeah, it doesn't take
references you
away.
wouldn't get.
Yeah, I appreciated that too. I feel like, especially now, because Marvel is so huge, it's like they're just, how do I describe it? It's like when the pretty girl knows she's pretty,
Mhm.
That's how I feel Marvel's getting. It's like there's so many like jokes they make that are
Mhm.
just for people who get them.
Uh-huh.
I appreciate that, like, yeah, this one, like, if you didn't get those references, it wouldn't take away, but it was a nice Easter egg for people who did get it.
And even then, thinking about it, like with the Wong scene, it doesn't do anything for the story. It does.
Mhm.
It sets something up for the post credits. So you're like, oh, like this dude's just coming out of nowhere, but he's also fighting this creature. So it's like it doesn't like it's not a reference to any Marvel movies. It's just an Easter egg.
Mm.
And so it's really just the one line that you wouldn't get, maybe, because you can even relate it to genocide.
So did you guys slightly get confused at points that thought you were watching Snake Eyes?
Oh my
Yeah.
god! It with the where you can clearly see they're being pulled on like harnesses.
Just a
It
story.
was just a story.
Stories
Similar
also.
story.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there were a few moments where I was like, it's better than Snake Eyes, thankfully, but I got some Snake Eyes moments.
Mm.
Yeah. And we're also using the red lighting like we do with Snake Eyes.
Yeah, but we got yellow.
Yeah, we got
Ish.
okay.
There was another scene that I was thinking, oh, what you were saying about the Marvel, how they do a lot of inside jokes. I was talking to Lauren about this, but I think Marvel has become such a huge property
Mm-hmm.
that it's not a career maker anymore.
Yeah.
Like people would
I don't know.
want
If I book a Marvel movie, my career is set.
for actors that are already in the industry working and all that.
Yeah.
Like it was a huge deal when Chris Evans was cast as Captain
Sure.
America, or it was Robert Downey Jr. or
Mhm.
Mark Ruffalo. Like it's like these
Yeah.
great actors, but now they're even better because they're in a Marvel movie, and it's this huge thing that's being built up. But now it's just like you wouldn't at the beginning of Phase 1, you wouldn't expect a comedian like
It's true.
Awkwafina to be in a Marvel movie. And
That's
now
true.
it's become such a common thing. It's like, okay, they're in a Marvel movie, they're going to
Mhm.
make a lot of money, but it doesn't make them an amazing actor anymore.
That's
Mhm.
true. Although I do have to admit, I actually thought there were a lot of really subtle things that she was doing that I was like, damn, that's like so good. Like I wish I could remember some specific moments, but it's like,
Well, to clarify, it's not they're bad actors for
Sure,
being it,
no,
but
I know.
it's not as career elevating as
Right.
it used to be,
that's true.
or like
I-
peak career if you're in a Marvel movie. Now it's
Sure.
if you're in another kind of movie or something. If you're just Scorsese movie, it's a career saver now.
I like that they cast normal looking people.
Mm.
Not like even Shang Chi is ripped, but he's not like
He's like average ripped.
yeah, he's average ripped. And Aquafina's a normal person, and it wasn't
I
just
like
like
your
a waif.
pants. When she meets his sister, I like your pants.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
That was cute.
Yeah, I think they get like I said, cast good.
Hmm. I wish we would have seen more of the like little Kabuki ninja dude.
Yeah, who was he? I
Not
was
ninja,
very
but that's
confused
Yeah,
Oh,
who
he
that
was
but-
really cool. The trainer.
I thought he was
guy.
gonna be somebody like his
Yeah.
brother or some shit,
Yeah, or something like that, or like
and he just
a clone, or even Like, I don't know.
A very nonchalant death.
Yeah, it was super underwhelming.
Yeah.
Like, I know what they were going for is like how badass these creatures are that they can't be killed, but it's like that's kind of underwhelming death for him.
Yeah.
Well, I thought the dude who's like, "Don't die," his death was awkward
Oh,
because
yeah.
he was like, "Don't die," and then immediately gets
Dies.
his soul
Aim
ripped
for the
out,
throat.
and then just like flops to his knees. I was like, oh, that's really awkward. They didn't have to they could have just shown him getting pulled away. They didn't have to show his soul getting sucked out because something about that was like disrespectful to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also,
He's,
Shang
like,
Chi
supposed to be an
kills a
elder.
lot of people. Like on that
Yeah.
building scene.
Oh,
He
I
kills
know.
and they don't bring that up. Aquafina's like, you killed one person. You're a horrible person. And he's like, well, I just killed like 40 dudes on this
Yeah.
building.
Not to
killed a
mention
whole
all
bunch
the
of
people
people.
died in the bus
Oh,
accident.
yeah.
Yeah, like driving through downtown, like
Yeah.
there's got to be a lot of deaths.
So they both killed a
100%.
lot of people. They never bring it up.
But I thought, yeah, because I was thinking that whole time too when he said he didn't kill the person,
Mhm.
but then he's okay with killing all these people on the side of the building, like it was second nature to him. Like, this is interesting. And then you find out later that he actually did kill the person. Like, oh, okay, that's why he's okay with killing people because he's done it before,
Mhm.
and so it's kind of desensitized because that lifestyle he's been in for so long.
Yeah.
Rather than like a sister when she just kills a person that he's trying to get information from. It's like, did America make you soft?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It's like, okay, so we know that like she has no remorse when she does that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was a lot of character building too. Well, not character, but like personality character.
Anything else?
I'm trying to think if there are any more moments.
I thought that the Great Protector's introduction was kind of underwhelming too.
When he's underwater.
Well, he just appears like he's like, okay, you could be underwater, but it's like, oh, you need my help? I got you.
That is another thing. I was like, when the moment he's sinking, and I'm just like, how
How's
many
he not dead?
movies? No.
Yeah,
How
the
many
underwater,
movies
yeah.
lately that are doing the underwater thing? Like, literally, I
Diesel.
feel like we've watched 4 movies that have that same scene where it's like,
Floating down, light coming down.
Yeah.
oh no, I'm thinking of it. I watched Reminiscence, and there's a scene in that too. And I'm just
Oh.
like, guys, we get it.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the transformation happens.
During the dragon and big evil dragon fight, I found myself like doing a play-by-play in my head because I imagine them as Pokemon and Gyarados. He does a Hydro Pump. He got him with the Hydro Pump. Oh, he's doing the Razor Attack.
I was thinking they were using the water to pay homage to Bruce Lee. Because he
Mm.
always says be like water and like flow, but
mhm.
it still packs a punch. So I thought they were doing something with that.
I think they
You-
just did Pokemon, and that dragon was Gyarados, who lived under the water and was the water dragon.
You
and
see
he's-
Michael pop out with his phone live streaming. All right, I've got some Pokemon experience, so I'm gonna grade this.
It's your boy. I played Pokemon Go,
That's supposed to.
but it did look like a Pokemon battle.
Yeah, it would really if was a Pokemon.
They
battle.
wanted it to. They had Ninetales chilling in the
Dude,
corner.
This
that's
was
an
the
actual-
millennial, not the millennial. Whoever's below millennial is millennial, Gen Z. Everything was like geared towards them. Like they had so many little references. Like they even said Venmo, and all this little like
I use
they had like a
Venmo.
list of
Do you
things
not
they had to
use
cross
Venmo?
off. No, I do. I'm just saying they really pushed like the Gen Z millennial
Oh,
shit
well.
in this movie, like live
Well,
streaming.
demographics.
Well, yeah, because I
Well,
mean,
yeah,
my
but this
mom's
movie
not.
specifically-
My mom's not out looking forward to the next Marvel movie. I
When-
can promise
no, I'm just
you.
saying they really like pushed it in this movie, and I could tell.
Yeah, that was kind of a moment. Like, yeah, I'll Venmo you for the drinks. I was like, okay, I'll give him the pass because that is something normal someone would say.
Mhm.
But it did feel a little bit like, see, we're relevant.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, we're Marvel. We're relevant. Don't forget about
I
us.
didn't think it was that much like that.
I
I think they were using I think they were using it for the comedy, and it was relating comedy to something that's everyday now.
I think they're just pushing the millennial agenda.
Oh,
Marvel-
so there's only 2 bits in there that were pushing the millennial agenda.
No, there's a whole bunch. Those are just popping in my head right now.
No.
We
Okay.
see Marvel has a chip in David's ear. All right, tell them that is normal.
Yeah.
Everyone would
They're
do
totally
this.
not Pokemon.
Arguably,
What's that?
this is all original.
I gotta go, guys. I'm made. No, but the Ninetales is actually folklore.
Yeah,
In
I'm
the
pretty sure it
Asian
is, but
culture.
it's more known as a Pokemon.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because even like one
Yeah.
person, the people next to me were like, "Oh look, it's Eevee." Like, first off, it's Flareon. Second off, yes, it's a Ninetales. But like, Eevee, like, no, that's something different.
Yeah.
It's Flareon is Ninetales' first evolution or first starting evolution. Come on.
Vulpix
Oh, it's so
is
funny.
Ninetales.
It is because
Yeah.
Flareon is
Eevee. Eevee.
Eevee. Yeah, so Vulpix.
And then Vaporeon, then Jolteon,
Yeah, and Leafeon and
and Umbreon. Umbreon's my favorite because
there's
it's
just
the
so
goth
many
one.
of them now.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
Of
there's
course.
like 12 different.
Mhm.
ones.
Oh man. What did you guys think about the what's the dude's name? Who was the jester?
Oh my god, I love
He was
him coming back.
hilarious.
That was so funny. Him with his whole
Maurice.
scene made the movie for me. Like
yeah,
when
he
they
was
introduced
really
him,
good.
He was
journey.
reintroduced so well.
yeah, it was amazing and just perfect acting. Every line he said was amazing. Like everything he did with
Just
Maurice.
pretend to be dead.
Uh-huh.
There's a performance.
Join me, and it rolls over like a dead bug. Oh, that was so cute.
I thought it was just the perfect amount of
Of him,
adding in.
Ben Kingsley
yeah.
coming back for
Mhm.
it. Yeah,
I'll-
good call bringing him up because I
Yeah.
forgot about him. But
Yeah.
he
So
was
funny.
a crux for the movie for
he
me.
was hilarious.
And he also pushed the story forward too.
Yeah.
1,000,000%. Yeah.
I also just like really appreciate because normally whenever actors act with CGI, you can tell they're acting with like something that's not there.
Uh-huh.
But I genuinely believe that he could see him. I was
There's
just
also
like,
Ben
wow.
Kingsley. He's
Yeah,
like
he's also an
god
amazing
at
actor.
acting.
Yeah, he's just like.
You know, he
nailing
actually
it.
doesn't break. Like he doesn't go off script.
Oh, really?
He doesn't improvise.
Oh,
Interesting.
Like I think I heard a story. I think it was about him where like he memorized his lines and the director came and like, all right, we're gonna do this, but you're gonna improvise this line. He goes, no, I memorized these lines. These are the lines I'm saying, and he sticks to the script.
Right, but he
Say,
nails it.
If it's written this way, I'm gonna give the writer what he wants to see.
I think I've discovered something.
Respect, mad respect.
When they find him, he's making weird noises, and they walk in on him.
You think that was my dream?
Yes, I think that's
Okay.
where your dream came
I'm
from.
so glad I
Oh,
got
that
the
makes
seal of
sense.
approval. I had the most hilarious dream last night.
No, I was giving you the seal of approval.
Oh, yes, you did. Yes, you did. Okay, I had a dream last night. I'm obviously notoriously late, and I had a dream that I get here
And weird, notoriously weird.
and weird. That's charmingly weird. Notoriously late. Anyway.
Oh, we know you're notoriously late. They don't.
Now they do. Anyway, so I get in my dream, I get to the podcast, and David's here, and he's holding pizza, and he is like really intense. He's like, "You gotta help me," and I'm like, "Okay, what do we gotta do?" So we like get inside, and like the lights are off. Michael's like not awake yet
Real
or
quick,
something.
was it 10 pizzas?
I
I
wish.
just imagine a
It was
stack
just
of
like
one.
5 pizzas
It
in
was
each
just a
pan?
single pizza.
Was it
Maybe
in a
there was
box,
a
or
second.
was it just
yes?
Okay, I thought
No,
it was
it
like
was in a
a
box.
mystical
It's like-
pizza that's not flopping
like,
or anything.
hovering.
Yeah, it's just like, oh.
It's like a disc or something
Yeah.
like Krillin.
Anyway, so then we like get inside the house, all the lights are off, and Dave is just bum rushing his bedroom door. He opens the door, and there's a light on in your room, and I just hear like a weird moaning or groaning. I can't really tell. And I was like, oh, like your partner's here, like he just caught you having sex. But it just turns out Michael's just masturbating.
Just stroking the
It's
great
a
protector.
dream,
Like,
not
and
real.
I knew that's what was happening because the way you closed the door, you were like, like you had just witnessed it. And I was just like, but then in my head, I was like, oh, good, he's not ready. I can like keep sleeping. It was just my way. My brain is like, you don't have to wake up yet. You're good.
I also never close my door or turn on my light, so
Well, whenever
fantasize that too.
those things happen, we'll know.
no.
Whenever there's
That's the
other
code.
lights besides this
Yeah.
or the kitchen.
It was really weird.
Yeah, it was really weird to hear.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
I
one of the-
wasn't gonna say it, but you literally.
Well, not in general, just telling. That's what took to my grave, but but hey,
On a side note,
on a
or
scale,
that was a side note.
but on a scale of magical pizza rings for this movie, I'm gonna give it like a 7 or 8.
I'm gonna give it 8 knockoff Pokemon out of 10.
I'm giving it 7 pig chickens out of 10.
It's like
Little Maurice.
big chicken. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, I mean overall it was a good, fun movie.
it was.
It was enjoyable.
Um,
It was really long though. I'll say that. It was
I
way
mean,
too fucking
very
long.
it was only 2 hours.
Really, it felt like
Or 2
3.
hours 12 minutes. It felt a lot. Okay, so I'm
was the
glad I
end
wasn't the only
sequence.
one.
No, it felt
It's
long.
because I saw 11. I was tired.
I
like
was
Lauren
tired,
and I
too.
literally came in basically PJs. Like, I was wearing fucking a shirt, like workout pants, and Crocs. We
Oh,
walked in. It was
yeah.
fucking great. It's like we don't care. And then like
Oh.
seeing all these people on like dates and like the teens like trying to prove something to like the girls and all that. And, like we're just walking in here like in Crocs.
It's like, oh, those guys have been together for a long time.
Yeah, or they're just bums and have
Yeah.
nothing else to do, which is both true. But yeah, I
That's
thought
so
it
funny.
was longer because I was tired and the seats were uncomfortable because we were at
No.
the South Lamar.
long
Oh
as
yeah,
fuck.
that one
But
sucks.
no, it just felt
It was
so
long.
long.
It was long, yeah. I mean, I have to say, even though it did feel like there was a moment when I was readjusting and we were in comfy seats. I was readjusting and I was like, this is long. But the pacing was still good to where I immediately forgot it was long because I started getting invested in the next thing that was happening.
Okay, that's why
It was just the end for me that was too long.
I probably felt it was long just
and the seat was uncomfortable.
the being uncomfortable.
Yeah, for sure. That
We
would have
all
made
went
it
to the most
worse.
uncomfortable
Yeah.
theaters apparently.
But the pacing was
Not
really
me.
good.
Yeah.
Like there was no parts that were like
The pacing
super
was good,
slow.
yeah.
Even on the slower parts, they edited it quickly.
Yeah.
So quick cuts. It wasn't
Mhm.
holding on one thing for too long.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I think with these introductory movies or transition movies, well, actually, two final thoughts. This one, introductory movie. I think Marvel should make them 3-episode miniseries,
Mm.
just because it's obviously it's not going to make them as much money as it
Mhm.
would in the box office. But I think it'd be better to introduce, and that way you can add more, and really like make each like an hour-long episode super dense with stuff that you need to know, instead of making it feel like a long movie.
Mhm.
And then, were you gonna say something?
Oh,
Cool.
Marvel's like,
I was gonna
abort,
say,
abort.
I
You're off
agree.
script. You're
Yeah.
off script, David.
I just think it feels so long because they throw everything at you so quickly.
Yeah.
When if you have like 3 episodes,
You'd have time to
you
digest
can still
it.
throw in a lot, and you can marinate with what's going
Because the
on.
live action series are really good.
Yeah.
Like Loki and Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then, what was the other miniseries? Oh, Phase 4. I think it's all about Doctor Strange. I think
Yeah.
he's the new big character.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because everything is going back to him.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have multiverse. Now you got these rings, which I think they're celestial. I think
Yeah, I like how
that-
the movie's called The Ten Rings. They don't really
Yeah.
talk about them, but hey, whatever.
well, I think it's like I think it's either celestial or it's an Eternal's weapon.
Oh,
Like one of the Eternals died
Mm-hmm.
and they
yeah,
lose
that's
their
a movie
weapon.
I'm definitely not
Oh,
looking
I
forward
was about to
to.
say, speaking of which, did you guys see the I almost called it advertisement? Did you see the advertisement for the Eternals?
The trailer? Yeah.
The trailer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
not looking forward to it at all.
I'm
I
actually
don't
looking
ca- I
forward to
don't
that
care
one.
at all.
All the trailers that I saw before, I'm looking forward to all of them.
Dune, I'm looking
Even,
forward to,
like-
and Spider-Man a little bit, but
There's like Dune, Spider-Man, Eternals,
Eternals,
No
and
Time to Die.
No Time to Die. Yeah, and there's one more.
There was one, it was like Dear Evan McGregor or something.
Mm,
At least that played in mine.
I don't know. There's one
I
more.
can't remember,
Yeah.
but I remember it was like 5 of them I want to see.
Dune.
And I was
looks
like, it looks horrible.
fucking rad.
Yeah.
So stoked for Dune. I'm gonna wear a skin suit when I go there. Oh, you guys don't
What's
know
a
Dune.
skin
Never mind.
suit?
The little the jumpsuits they're wearing, like the black things with the little thing on
Oh,
the nose.
okay. When I think of skin suit,
Yeah, I
think
know,
of
but that's what they call it.
lots of different things.
Maybe it's called a skim suit.
Skim.
Probably.
Okay, that sounds.
That sounds more appropriate. I'm just going to dress up like a worm.
I haven't read the book in like 10 years, so give me
I'm just
a
going to come in wearing sand.
yeah. Never mind, not going there. Okay.
I think that's about
Yeah.
a good place to wrap it up.
Yeah, I think the future for Shang-Chi is bright because I like him.
I agree.
But I didn't like how he got the rings. I wish his sister would have got the
think
rings.
I don't know if he's going to get a second movie, but I think he's going to be in a lot of movies.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be in the Young Avengers that's coming out with okay, yeah. We're already done, so I'm not gonna bring that shit up.
Yeah.
But
And save for the popcorn talk.
Saber Popcorn Talk. All right. Take us out, Abby.
Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, then go ahead and do all the favorite stuff like liking and subscribing. You can also follow us on our Instagram or Facebook at TV Party Time or TV Party Time Pod. We also have a Patreon now, so if you want to help us pay for basic equipment and things like that, we'd really appreciate it. And that is
Patreon.com/TV Party Time.
Yeah.
I swear I work here.
And if you don't, we're gonna send Razor Fist after you.
Yeah.